The year is 1990. Julio Cesar Chavez is a freshly crowned light welterweight king after spending 60 fights annihilating the lightweight and super featherweight divisions. And while his Roger Mayweather victory for his title was a spit in the face of all doubters, naysayers, and downkeepers watching from the north of Mexico, he now needs to prove himself yet again against a beautiful face to watch with terrifying hands, the IBF light welterweight champion Meldrick Taylor. Is this where JC's 68-fight win streak ends and a losing streak begins? Or will his thunderous power crack through the supersonic lightning speed of TNT Taylor? Let's get into it. The early 90s was an exciting new landscape for boxing, becoming the home of explosive new talents that no one knew where they would end up.
I got a job to do, and I plan on doing it quickly.
Like Tommy Morrison, Shannon Briggs, and Herbie Hyde, as well as older guys showing they could still hang with the best. Mike Tyson was soon to make his return to the ring.
I will fight again, and I want to confirm that Don King will continue to promote my fight.
George Foreman was a gimmick-turned-threat again after racking up a few concise, impressive wins, and Larry Holmes was humbling one of the most menacing men in the heavyweight division with his emphatic beatdown on Ray Mercer. Chavez, although not old by any means, was an experienced threat and had fought every type of fighter on the block, from defensive wizards to killing machines. But he'd fought few that could be classified as both. And this is what Meldrick Taylor was molded to be.
I have the potentials and the skills to beat Chavez with my own hand speed and foot speed. The strategy I will have to beat Chavez, I will be victorious come March 17th.
Meldrick Taylor didn't have flashy wins or the ability to jump from division to division, slaying the top competition like his opponent Chavez, but he had the resilience and, above all, his phenomenal speed to keep the eyes of the world on him.
And Meldrick Taylor was an Olympic gold medalist, a fantastic boxer, was fast as fuck, lightning fast combinations, beautiful skill.
Despite an early draw in his career against the talented gold medalist Howard Davis Jr., which found critics overlooking him, he stayed persistent.
Taylor fulfilled his childhood dream.
A wicked right hand by Taylor.
When he upset Buddy McGirt to win his first title.
But now it was time to unify his title and end the borderline biblical mythos around Julio Cesar Chavez. The fight was destined to be legendary before it began, with a Philadelphia-style talent who could throw his hands as fast as Michael Spinks could hit the canvas against Mike Tyson. The fight arrived on March 17, 1990. As the champion makes his way to the ring with a foreboding presence, Meldrick Taylor's newfound confidence gleamed under the stadium's bright lights. With a stiff touch of gloves and a quick recounting of the rules, the bell rings and the fight begins.
Well, they had what they call the zone, fight in the center of the ring, not allow Chavez to corner him. They're exactly smooth.
Chavez scored with a left hook.
This boxing style, just keep moving. And then what he'll do, he'll pull on the attack.
Round one was a very busy one for Meldrick Taylor. He threw 96 punches. We've seen Chavez get off to this kind of start against Sammy Fuentes here in November. Trainer George Benton has urged the expectation of Chavez's body. They trade a right and a left, and Taylor stripping out from between his mouth guard. So it could be that an old cut has been reopened here. Beginning to land with more consistency. Right hand leads, doing the damage for Chavez now. A solid left inside. Well, for the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds, we watched a poised and confident Meldrick Taylor controlling the bout with his speed. A vicious right hand. One of Chavez's extraordinary capacities is his ability to take a punch.
He did what you were talking about before. He threw 3 or 4 punches and then he got out of there. But they didn't linger. That's true, Larry. That's the key to the fight.
Because of his speed, Meldrick is starting and finishing most exchanges.
Round 3 found Taylor's best round yet as he decorated Chavez's face with combinations like a paintbrush transforming a blank canvas. Julio's chin is in full effect as he weathered the brutal storm of Meldrick Taylor's damage, but comes out looking all the worse for it.
Meldrick Taylor. In the first 3 rounds, according to punch stat computation, still trading 4 blows to 1 for Chavez. Chavez tries the left inside. Taylor comes right back.
He won this fight in fine fashion. Now get out.
Solid left hand by Taylor, and he moves back out. Called it thunder meets lightning. To clarify what I said, Roger Mayweather and Sammy Fuentes ended their bouts on the stools in their corners, not flat on their backs on the canvas.
It's a very good performance by Meldrick Taylor. He's been doing what he needs to do. Boxing, just boxing, using speed.
Right hand lead by Chavez lands. Taylor comes back with an uppercut.
Chavez is looking for Meldrick Taylor's head. That's not an easy target.
The dilemma for Chavez, at least partially, is that it's hard to play offense when you're playing defense every second.
Again, the first thing that Chavez wants to do is block the shot.
Is it possible, Ray, that he's getting a little tired to stay outside and that he's trying to get rest in there?
And within the last 30 seconds, Taylor comes back with a bristling uppercut. And another flurry for Meldrick Taylor. There may have been a subtle trend, Larry, in the last minute of round 5. Chavez landed 3 solid left hooks inside and back. Taylor still exchanging to the body effectively. They trade punches inside, and Meldrick seemed to wobble for just a second.
2, 3, 4 punches before he landed one.
Right hand lead solid on the face of Chavez. It is from this point on that he has done his most damage in the past. Solid left hand by Meldrick Taylor.
In the legs of Meldrick Taylor. Still a lot of bounce.
And that gets back to the fact, Ray, that Chavez has not done damage to the body like he usually does.
He hurt Chavez just then. Chavez bucked as the boxer, and yet he's out punching and out scoring.
Round 7 is one of the most personal rounds of the fight, with the two getting up close and charging up body shots with quick, sneaky hooks. It's a better effort from JC after taking many rounds of borderline beatings, but Meldrick still looked the better of the two with composure, confidence, and consistency.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Who controlled boxing and who sit next to me.
Good overhand right by Meldrick Taylor.
Chavez landed a left. Taylor flurries furiously in return.
And Chavez does not fight this. This is not his fight.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pay the price.
A right and a left by Chavez, and more blood comes out of Taylor's mouth. Taylor begins to flurry with the left again.
He ran back in 80. A lot of concentration here.
The cornermen start saying, for the love of God, they know how desperate the situation is. Taylor lands a right-hand lead to start the round off.
Taylor went straight for Chavez.
It's incumbent on Taylor not to give Chavez an unnecessary chance to get back into this. Look at the speed of Meldrick Taylor's flurries.
And one thing those combinations do, it takes the crowd out of the fight for Chavez.
If you've just joined us, you're in the middle of the 9th round of a classic performance by a young fighter on the threshold of greatness.
You know what I see now, Jim, is the fact that I have by Chavez.
And the left hook to the body is supposed to be Chavez's great weapon. In every round so far, Taylor has thrown more punches, landed more, effectively dictated the strategy of the fight. He's carried out George Benton's game plan to perfection.
Whoa, beautiful combination.
Trading punches inside, and Chavez again seems to wobble slightly as Taylor lands at will. Brilliant stuff from Meldrick Taylor. Chavez on the verge of going down. And Chavez, the great body puncher, is reduced to headhunting.
Taylor has to watch out. I'm seeing him being hit by these left hooks. He needs to watch out for those shots. So I'm watching the effects of the punches.
Blood again from the mouth and the nostrils. Both eyes beginning to close. Chavez is coming on.
Goes to that combination to the body and back to the head.
Round 10 sees Chavez get into a groove that so many had become used to in his career. Chavez's constant pressure fighting style seemed to be a gift for the speed demon that is Meldrick Taylor. But the gift was beginning to turn to ashes after 30 minutes of playtime.
But Chavez shows a commitment which is rare and exclusive to great champions. To conceive that Chavez is in any way disillusioned about the necessity of a knockout. He's got to knock Taylor out.
The best punch of Taylor is the left hook. Look at it, 3-4 left hooks at a time.
As round 11 comes toward a close, Julio Cesar Chavez must begin to contemplate the reality that he's got 3 minutes in which to produce an unlikely knockout.
2 hard punches at the bell.
Taylor, I think he's on his way to a unanimous decision.
If you're a fight fan, get ready for 3 minutes of high drama now, as a desperate and determined Julio Cesar Chavez tries to take out a fading and battered Meldrick Taylor, who has completely dominated him through most of the fight.
Play it safe and box.
Get out.
That is a tired Meldrick Taylor slipping to the canvas.
It's more so with Taylor. He's feeling like he's behind on points.
It doesn't appear at this moment that Chavez has the stuff to get it done. Another solid left hook from Meldrick Taylor.
If he gets up, he probably wins the fight. I can't believe it!
Unbelievable! Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go. You're gonna watch Lou Duva go crazy now. This is one of the most unusual calls by a referee in the whole history of the sport. He knocked him out with 2 seconds left.
From Culiacan, Mexico, Julio Cesar Chavez.
And it was time for it to stop. I'm not the timekeeper. I don't care about the time. When I see a man that has enough, I'm stopping the fight.
The kid got up. He got up at 6, and he counted 6. Take a look at the photo, and you'll see it at 6, Larry. It wasn't at 9. It wasn't at 10. It was at 6. He was up, and he was looking at the referee.
After the momentous night, controversy was inevitable. With a brash stoppage, 2 belts, and undefeated records on the line, the questions of fight fixing, emotional involvement, and bribery were all critical topics brought up.
I think that Richard Steele made a bad stoppage. Meldrick Taylor had fought his heart out. He had earned the right of those extra 2 seconds.
Still, few were more upset with the result than Meldrick Taylor himself. In what should have been his crowning achievement, the safety of his health got in the way, or so he saw it. So, how do you solve this unfixable problem? By getting back in the ring with the man who stole your glory and presenting to the world what should have happened. 4 years had passed. Chavez finally lost his O to Frankie Randall, and now he wanted to right what many in the past agreed was another wrong. Meldrick's recent performances had dwindled, and his talent seemed to wane with each performance, and his once electric speed and IQ seemed to have a Chavez-sized hole in them. But now was the moment to make everything the way it seemed it was destined to be oh so long ago, with one last shot at redemption.
A chance for Meldrick Taylor to finally erase the haunting memory.
Well, he's doing nothing right now.
Left hand. He told us yesterday he doesn't want to fight inside. Meldrick Taylor on
Round 1 begins, and despite the wear and tear of both fighters, it feels like history is repeating itself yet again. Meldrick Taylor's youth has seemingly returned and is just one step ahead of Julio Cesar's every move.
Transform my body inside out. Little flurry by Taylor.
Never came on strong.
Looking to press the attack. Right hand, but a glancing blow.
The other guy take the play, and then coming back. There was a
left hook.
That's Chavez.
I'll tell you what, Meldrick Taylor's forcing him to fight right now. There's tension in Julio's face this round. He coming out here to do a little more work, but Taylor's doing the job. He's answering the call.
Their guy not coming on.
But one punch can change that, but Taylor won't let him do it. Taylor pouring it on.
Taylor's speed is making the difference right here. Chavez can't get to him first.
Body shots by Chavez, but having no effect on Taylor.
Champion he is. Up to this point, he was not.
All right.
Look.
1 point off here.
Oh, Bill Slane deducting a point from Taylor.
The third time.
Third warning. So take a point away from Meldrick Taylor here in round 3 for the foul. Low blow by Julio Cesar Chavez.
Meldrick's getting hammered, but he's taking it.
Good right hand at the bell, and after the bell, Taylor, look out now. Now the bad blood.
Boy, oh, look at Chavez's face. Look at his face. Looks like a cartoon of a guy that's mad.
You know, today's group of low blows have been a little unusual. They haven't been head on.
This is round 4, scheduled for 12. The sellout crowd, over 15,000, chanting for Chavez. Chavez got a left hook in there, but back comes Meldrick Taylor, got a shot in with a right to the head.
Yeah, he's still upset about what happened 4.5 years ago. But right now...
Oh, look out, that was a slip.
That's a total slip.
No knockdown.
Right now, he's not being able to get the timing down of Taylor. Taylor's working nice. Good quick shots, not hard.
That he did in his first encounter.
Taylor looking inspired, but now Chavez, look at this. It's a bolo punch shootout.
I get the feeling this fight starts to heat up right about now.
The action forcing the pace. Oh, there's another right hand. Chavez is beginning to land with more frequency now. Oh, a right by Meldrick Taylor. Got to cut out the hot dogging though.
I'll tell you what, you ever put your hand up in the air and get caught.
Yeah. Double left hooks by Meldrick Taylor.
Because he's certainly not delivering at the beginning of this round. Oh.
Furious exchange.
I'll tell you what, Julio Cesar Chavez walked into a pretty good left hook right there.
Chavez.
Now Taylor showing some of that little hand speed that he had when he was young.
Yes. A flurry by Taylor. Uppercuts.
Well, he certainly has made Edwin Rosario. Oh, again.
A low blow by Taylor. Another point deducted.
Oh.
That's the second point in this fight deducted from Meldrick. Only a matter of seconds. Oh, Chavez got tagged with a left hook. Again, a frantic rally here by Meldrick Taylor.
He feels Chavez can't fight going backwards.
He's got...
That was a slip. No knockdown.
He's got to fight hard, Bob. He's got a point taken away. At least get an even round.
Chavez with a burst of energy here. Backing up Taylor with a combination against the rope. Body shots. Relentless pressure now by Chavez. We've got a replay of the first fight from 1990. It is a war. Staggered is Taylor. He's rocked.
Now that buckled.
Oh, what a right hand by Chavez.
That buckled him.
Non-stop action. Right hand by Chavez. Oh, and he pushes Taylor back with another solid shot. But Taylor showing the heart. Unbelievable that they're both standing.
Fight from the win in the long run. You don't punch with a puncher.
Toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. So here we are halfway through, and our two unofficial judges call it even to this point.
Well, Meldrick's doing a little running now instead of a little fighting. He was just getting confident.
Again, it's a slip. Third time, Taylor has slipped. No knockdown.
He's got... The legs are going, Bobby.
You know, I noticed that, Bertie. Doesn't look the same.
Meldrick Taylor had 1 point deducted round 3, and again in round 6. Listen to this crowd. Chavez came away from that looking like a monster. Another furious exchange.
He just doesn't have the legs. He hasn't got any balance. His eyes are puffing up again as they did in that first fight, and he's bleeding from the mouth.
An instant replay. Oh, what shots by Meldrick Taylor to the head of Chavez. Taylor predicted he'll knock out Chavez in the 8th round.
He's still staying on the inside and punching him. He's not moving. He's being effective at points, but he's absorbing too much punishment.
Taylor looking very fresh despite the punishment he's absorbing. Let's see if
he hurts now. Now it's a question of addition. How many of these is he going to take?
Now Chavez going to the head. Down goes Taylor. Chavez looking to finish Taylor off. Mills Lane steps in. It's over. It's over. Julio Cesar Chavez is still the champion.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
The Mexican fan base of Julio is as vocal as they've ever been, assuring JC as their hero, whether he lost his undefeated record or not. Taylor takes his second loss with more acceptance than the first, but is once again upset with a stoppage he believed to be unnecessary.
Did you want to continue?
Of course I wanted to continue. My whole life was on the line here. I needed to get past that round so I can get myself at the other, come back on the later rounds. He's very strong. You can't turn him away from him. He's a great fighter. He was very strong in this fight. I was surprised he was just as strong as he was.
Meldrick, after this second bout, would fight just a few more times, winning some and losing almost just as many. Still, his legacy was cemented in boxing history as the man who gave a prime Julio Cesar Chavez hell and was seconds away from living to tell the tale. Whether Taylor got the victory or not, he's undeniably a champion in both mind, spirit, and accolades. And regardless of a sad decline that was apparent quite soon after their first bout, Meldrick will never be forgotten due to his beauty and self-assuredness inside the ring and respect outside of it. Julio Cesar Chavez would retire shortly after this career-defining duo of fights, with some good wins and memorable losses, most notably against his spiritual successor, the Golden Boy, Oscar de la Hoya. In recent years, when asked about his great fights with Meldrick Taylor, Julio has insisted that TNT was the most formidable opponent he had ever faced, and remarks it as the closest he ever felt to death. And coming from a man who fought Hector Camacho, Edwin Rosario, and Jose Luis Ramirez, that's quite the accomplishment. Retiring with a record of 107-6, Chavez cemented himself as not just an all-time great, but perhaps one of the finest pugilists in boxing's history.